What's up, Cowboys Nation? Strap in. This is a moment we've been circling, a turning point that feels like something more than just another game week or another trade deadline. Right now, the Cowboys are doing more than just staying in the race. They're staking a claim. They're building something. They're telling the league, we're not just here, we're coming. Let's set the stage. The Cowboys currently stand at 3-3-1. Not perfect, but second in the NFC East. 2-1 in division play. That matters. It matters a lot. Because the East isn't a cakewalk. It's rugged, physical, and unforgiving. And when you're in it, you either fight or fade. Dallas is fighting. Now the offense has been a force. Points are being put on the board, big plays, explosive moments. But make no mistake, offense alone doesn't win championships. You need both sides of the ball. And that's where the story takes shape. The Cowboys know it. The front office knows it. The coaching staff knows it. And the fans, well, we feel it. Here's the key. According to multiple credible sources, the Cowboys are actively exploring upgrades. Not ideas next year, not maybe someday. Real moves this year. Specifically on defense. Why? Because the defense has been under the microscope. It's taken more hits than any part of the team that matters. Pass rush is stagnant. Run defense is leaky. Third down stops, not enough. If the offense fails sometimes, fine. But if the defense fails, you don't just lose, you get exposed. Enter owner, managing partner, general manager Jerry Jones. He said the team is open for business. That's not a corporate euphemism, that's a statement. That means phone is on, eyes are open. Windows of opportunity are finite. And Dallas is ready. Sources say they're in trade talks. They're looking for the right fit. They're not blindly buying, they're investing. And the names? They're serious. We've already heard whispers of edge rushers, high-impact defenders. The goal? Turn this defense from liability into weapon. Think about that for a second. This offense can score. This team can win games. It just needs the defense to stand up when it's supposed to. And if Dallas lands the right piece, we're talking about a shift, a pivot from just in the mix to real contender. Let's be more specific. On the trade deadline horizon is one of the toughest jobs in football. Fix the pass rush. The Cowboys have been good at racking up yards and points, but when it's time to get off the field, the opponent has too much time, too much space. That's why the names like Maxx Crosby come into the conversation. A four-time Pro Bowler, an elite edge rusher. According to sources, Dallas has made inquiries about Crosby. The idea? Bring in a player who can elevate the pass rush, make big plays, give this defense a new spine. And if you add one of them, or someone of equal impact to the equation, the stakes go up. Suddenly you've got the offense that can outgun anybody, and the defense that can get key stops. You flip the script. Instead of needing to score 35 each week, you might only need 24 or 28 because your defense gives you back those drives. And that kind of balance, that's how playoff teams are built. But let me tell you something. This isn't just about trades. It isn't just about big names. It's about belief. It's about culture. It's about the message. When the front office says, we're not punting, when the coach says, we're going to fix this, when the players walk onto that field with that edge, that is when you know something is different. That is when you believe. And I believe this team is closer than it's looked in years. I believe the stars are aligning, offense clicking, defense on the brink of improvement, deadline pressure adding urgency. I believe that Cowboys Nation is stomping its feet louder than ever, and the rest of the league can hear it. I believe that if this team gets the right addition, we're not just watching a stretch run. We're watching a run toward a banner. So here's how I see the rest of the season. The Cowboys push through the next few games, keep the offense humming. Meanwhile, the front office makes the call. A defensive piece comes in. The mood shifts. The confidence builds. The locker room feels it. The opponents sense it. And come the postseason, when the lights are bright, stakes are high, the Cowboys show up with swagger, with purpose, with execution. So here's where you come in, because this isn't just my show, this is our show. Cowboys Nation, I want to hear from you. What move would you make before the deadline? Who do you want to see added? Are you okay with staying the course, or do you want the front office to swing for the fences? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them all. And if you feel it, if you're ready to ride with us, hit that like button. If you're here for every rumor, every move, every game-changing play, subscribe to Dallas Game Day, because in the weeks ahead, we're going to break down every trade rumor, every roster move, every game-changing play. We're going to bring you insight, we're going to bring you passion, and we're going to bring you the full story of the Dallas Cowboys chase. This is Cowboys Nation. This is the moment. And we're not just watching, we're in it. See you in the comments. Let's go.